Ellen is someone you want to connect with. Why? Because I told you this workshop wasn't about um, instant manifestation, but I know somebody who knows how to do it, and that's Ellen. So I know I talked about events. This workshop is not about events. I just talked about it in the beginning. But if you're trying to manifest, speaking from the stage, talk to Ellen. Make it work. Hi, Ellen. How's it going?
Hi, everyone. I wanted to share with you the first part of the three parts of my blessed framework. And if you've ever, either if you're religious or just starting in manifestation, when we start practicing gratitude, it usually feels very forced. Because when we start praying or trying to manifest something, it's because we feel like something's missing in our lives. So we're feeling pain and we're really not in a space that we can allow gratitude and appreciation for the things that we already have, because we're always looking ahead to what's missing. So in this framework, we start with three bigger circles that I can quickly go through. And the first one is feeling. We need to choose our rock bottom. Things can always get worse as much as they can always get better. So when we start choosing what we feel, it's feeling the appreciation. If we're trying to manifest a love, person, or money in our lives, if we cannot be happy with $5 in your bank account, you might as well not be happy with $500,000 in your bank account. Until you learn how to appreciate that little coffee in the morning, that scented candle that you bought, if you ever get to manifest the amount of money that you're trying to work towards, you'll still won't be fulfilled or happy because you will always fear losing it. So feeling is the first circle to bring our gratitude forward. The second one is seeing. We need to choose to see the miracles in our lives. And I want to share this story shortly. I was out for a walk with my mom on a Sunday. We had lunch together and we were taking the dogs for a walk. I invited her to have coffee, and it was a Sunday afternoon and it started raining and the street is empty. There's no noise, there's no traffic. We're just walking with our dogs. And me personally, I love the rain. So I'm just breathing it all in, just taking a walk with my mom, with our dogs, going to get coffee. And the moment I'm breathing in, she goes, "What a horrible day." And it just took me for surprise because I'm like, why is it horrible? We're going out for a coffee, we're together, the street is quiet, we can always go back to the warmth of our house. So learning to see the beauty, like learning to step out from the usual, oh, it's raining, it's horrible, we're getting wet, it's cold, and trying to appreciate the little things. And the last part is receiving. And receiving is not the regular, like just sit down and let the universe tend to you. But it's knowing that you're already enough and you don't need to do or be anything different. Maybe you've heard this before, but if I present you with a baby and I ask you, can you love this baby? Most of you will say yes, like anyone can love a baby. Now, if I ask you, why? What does the baby do? It just cries and poops, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't talk. Why do you love the baby? The baby doesn't need to be anything or do anything, it just is. So when do we lose that worthiness? Do you lose that when you're 2 years old, when you're 10? When do you stop being worthy of just receiving love, receiving abundance? And that's just the beginning of the framework that I teach in the blessed framework for you to be able to bring gratitude back into your life and start receiving blessings. Thank you.
So my question is, I love your blessed framework and the first part that you talked about when you said, like having gratitude for the little, like $5, so you can, have the 500. I was always taught like if you're responsible with a little, you'll be blessed with a lot. But my fear of loving that $5 that I was going to be stuck with that $5. But what you're saying, right, is the feeling of having the gratitude is where the power is, right? Not just focusing on what you have, but just that feeling of gratitude. Is that kind of what that means?
Yeah, it's both ways. For starters, when you start feeling the gratitude, you're open and you're more welcome and magnetic to getting more things that you're trying to manifest. But also, like my example before, if you are manifesting for money, or if you're manifesting for marriage or love or a person, whenever you get, I give you right now $1 million, I give you right now the love of your life, if you don't already have that feeling of safety, you're still going to hold that from that place of fear. You're going to be like, okay, I have $1 million, but I could lose it tomorrow. What if I make a bad investment decision? What if, yeah, okay, I got my love, my husband. What if he leaves tomorrow? What if I'm not enough? So that's what we need to integrate through gratitude practices.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Well done.
Yes, Christoph.
Yes, Hélène, thank you for taking my question. I hear you talk about choosing your rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a little bit? I don't quite understand what that means.
Definitely. I can share a little bit of my story. When I was already aware of this path of manifestation mindset, but I was always trying to force it. To me, manifestation was like when Lisa said, when the movie The Secret came out. So just close my eyes and repeat, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I have money, but it doesn't feel good. And at some point in my life, I was recently out of a very long relationship. I just moved like by myself. I was in an empty apartment with a borrowed mattress on the floor. And in those first 5 days, I got COVID. And I was so weak during the night. I would wake up feverish and I would have to crawl into the bathroom because I couldn't get up from the floor. And I was just sitting in the floor of my shower trying to get my fever down and just feeling sorry for myself. Like, I thought I would be married and have a family and be successful and have this job. And now I'm alone in an empty apartment, sleeping on a mattress on the floor. And this is not how it was supposed to be. And I was just having very dark thoughts and feeling like, what else can happen right now? Like, nothing else can hurt me. Everything went wrong. And that's when I realized, at least I'm inside an apartment. I could have been on the street. I could have been sleeping in my car. Yes, I have a fever. COVID is going to go away. I could have been hospitalized. There's always, you can always think of a worst case scenario. So it was up to me in that moment to make that decision and be like, okay, I'm not where I want it to be. I need to correct path now, and I need to focus on what I do want and what I do have and move forward from there. Does that help you clear out what is choosing your rock bottom?
Is that, if I understand correctly, it's the point where you decide to do something about the situation?
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
changing your mindset, because you can
Mhm.
just sit there and lament the cards that you were dealt with. But now
Mhm.
that you have the cards, it's just up to you.
Mhm. Yes, I get it. Thank you very much.
Lisa, are you holding your hand up for me?
Well, I was going to say, no, I loved your talk.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing. I hope you heard what Ellen said and use that. Use that and let you know that you were seen, you were heard. Thank you so much, Ellen. Ellen, drop a YouTube link in the in the chat so we can subscribe. Okay.